Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Omar. I'm from University of Florida. Today I am interviewing one of the HortLegend. I am going to interview Dr. Larry Knerr. And in the beginning, I would like to thank him for giving us some of his time and giving us this opportunity to learn from his career and profession in horticulture. So thank you very much for.
No, you're very welcome, and thank you for the opportunity to share some of my experience.
Thank you. So in the beginning, what is your horticulture specialization and what are the primary position you have here?
My specialization is in plant breeding. I took my mandatory genetics course as a freshman. As a junior at Purdue University, and fell in love with plant breeding and genetics, and I knew that's what I wanted to do for my career. And I've been fortunate that I've worked as a plant breeder my entire career. I started out with Ferrymore Seed Company in Naples, Florida, and transitioned with them to California. I was with them for about 3.5 years before being recruited by Shamrock Seed Company. I spent the majority of my career with them, 20 years to the day. And after Shamrock Seed Company, I had a brief stint at Tanamora and Antle, but they had a change in business plans, and essentially there wasn't a place for me with the change in their business plan. So I started consulting, and that was fantastic. I loved consulting. My first consulting job just fell into my lap. Wasn't looking to be a consultant. It just came to me, and I've been doing that since 2014. And then with COVID, I could see that was going to put an end to most of my consulting because it was primarily international. And I was approached by Duda Farm Fresh Foods to take over for their soon-to-be retiring director of research. So I interviewed for that position and accepted it. And I've been with Duda for about 3.5 years now, and enjoy the company very much. My intent is to retire from that company. It's a great company.
Yeah, that's great. So what has the horticulture mean to your life and your career?
Well, to my career, it's meant absolutely everything. And the short answer, I've been fortunate enough to have fallen in love with horticulture as a high school student, and studied horticulture for 9 years, and been working in it ever since. So it's meant a great deal to my career. I won't say it's meant everything to my life. I do try to maintain a work-life balance, but it has been very important to my life as well. I find it very rewarding. The field, it's no pun intended, I find the field very, very rewarding. I can't imagine doing anything else.
That's wonderful. So what do you consider to be the most rewarding part of your career in horticulture?
That's difficult because there are so many things about it that are rewarding. But probably, if I'm standing in a field of, for example, 30 acres of melon variety that I developed, and you stop for a minute, take pause, and think about all of the people that are affected by that, everything that went into developing that variety, getting it to market. I've developed something that's better for the environment. It uses less fertilizer, uses less water, it's more prolific yielding. So it's reducing the carbon footprint, and it's also taking a healthy, nutritious product to the masses, if you will. So that is very rewarding to stand out in the middle of a field of a variety that I've developed.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, actually.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long have you been a member of the ASHS, and how the society influenced your career?
I've been very proud to have been a member for 36 years. And for all of that time, I've been an active member. I first joined in 1987 and was very quickly named to the intellectual property rights working group. There were working groups back then, and I've been active in the society ever since. I've served on many committees, and I've had the privilege of serving on the board on 2 occasions. So it's been very instrumental in my career in developing my network. I consider myself to have a very extensive professional network. Obviously, like everyone, I don't know everything. But if I have someone comes to me with a question and I don't know the answer, through ASHS and my network, I know who to call to get the answer. So that's been very, very helpful. And I've also cultivated a lot of very good friendships through the conference, which is that work-life balance. So I can't imagine not being a member of the society. It's been absolutely fantastic.
That's great. So with this long career and like not too much experience in horticulture, what kind of advice can you offer to a student and the young professional in horticulture?
Well, I guess my first advice would be never stop learning. Uh, I like to think that I'm still learning. You're never too old to learn, but don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Get active in the society. It's if you're a naturally outgoing person, that's probably very easy. I was not a naturally outgoing person 36 years ago, but I had some mentors help push me along, and I consider myself to be much more outgoing now. But yeah, get yourself involved. Don't just attend the conference. I mean, that's great to be here and attend and learn, but interact with your peers, your colleagues. You'll find mentors. It's a great society. So never stop learning and be an active participant in the society. That's my advice.
So that's great. So what excites you most about the future of horticulture industry and the profession?
Wow, I would have to say the technological advances are just astounding. I mean, I look at where things were 35 years ago when I started out, and I just had a project funded with my employer recently that would have been unthinkable to do 30 years ago because the cost would have just been exorbitant and wouldn't even have brought it to anyone's attention. And it's very exciting to think where things will be in 30 years, 30 more years from now. I don't intend to be working 30 years from now. I'll just be happy if I'm still around in 30 years. But yeah, the way technology advances and costs come down for doing these incredible projects is very exciting. And I listened to some of the new graduate students, their presentations and the work they're doing, and it's just mind blowing what they're doing today versus what was being done 30 years ago. I have a lot of respect for the new students coming up. They've got a lot more to learn than I did.
That's yeah, that's what we all feel like. No, we don't have
Yes.
like no the same facilities that we have today, like no 20 years ago or 30 years ago, like no when you started,
Yeah.
as you said. So at the end, like no, on behalf of the media committee and ASH in large, I would like to thank you again, Larry, for giving us like no this time and opportunity to learn from like know your experience, and I hope like know some of the student or young generation like know listen to what you said and get benefit from it. So thank you very much.
No, you're very welcome. And thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.